Very good morning to one and all, and I welcome all the listeners of this video for the next session on Python. So, from the last 3 or 4 days, we have started this unit number 3, and under this unit number 3, we have already discussed that there are two parts. The first one is that the things regarding list, and then tuple and dictionary. So, in the first part, we are discussing about the operations under the dictionary and the operations under the tuples and the operations under the list. Okay, so in the next part of thought unit, we will discuss about the functions. Okay, about the recursion functions, arguments, and etc. So in the first part of this thought unit, we have already completed the operations on list, and we have completed the operations on tuples. So in today's session, we are going to concentrate on the operations on dictionary. Okay, so in the previous sessions, we have seen how to insert values into this, how to access the values, and how to delete the values, and how to change the values, and at the same time, how to find the maximum value, and how to find the minimum value, and how to find the length of the given list, etc. So similarly, in tuple also, we have seen almost all the similar operations in tuple also. Okay, so in today's session, we are going to start with a dictionary. So we all know that a dictionary can be defined within these braces. Okay, so in these braces, in front of this, we have to define a variable. Okay, we have to define a variable, and within these braces, we have to write something called as t colon value. Okay, we have to write like this t value, and at the same time, we can have any number of t values which will be separated by comma, and in between the t and the value, we will have a column. Okay, so here when comparing list tuple with a dictionary, in the list and tuple, we are only declaring values. We don't concentrate on the keys. Okay, we don't concentrate on the keys. We only declare values, where keys will be given automatically. For example, in a list, B is a list, where in the list we use rectangular braces. If it is having the values of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will have certain index values. Those are 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these values are default. So these will come default in case of list and at the same time in case of tuple. But these values will not be common in case of dictionary. So in case of dictionary, what the things we give as a key will act as an index value. For example, let us see here. Let us see. So a key, if we provide 1, okay, a key if we provide 1, and at value if we provide 10, and at key if we provide 2, and at value if we provide 20. Okay, 20. Now what will happen is that, so in a memory, some amount of memory will be reserved under the name of A, where this A will contain 2 parts of memory, where the index value of the first part is 1 and the index value of the first part is 2. Why the index value is 1 and 2? Because we have given the key as 1 and we have given the key as 2. So it will act as an index for this one. So at 1 index, what is the value we are going to store? We are going to store 10 at 1 index, and we are going to store 20 at index 10. So this is how the values will be stored inside the memory location of the dictionary. Okay, so in dictionary, the programmer is responsible for defining and declaring both keys and values. Okay, for example, if we say 3 colon 30, so that 30 value will be stored at index number 3. For example, if you want to print the entire dictionary, you can print it by using print of A. So it will print both the keys and both the values. For example, if I want to print the value which was at index number 1, I can simply use print A of 1. So that will access the value which is at index number 1. So at index number 1, we have 10. That's why 10 has been printed on the output. Okay. So here, similar to this one, we can have, see here. So we can have anything as a key. For example, instead of 2, I'm going to take A, B, C. Okay, A, B, C, because A, B, C are the characters or the strings. We can define strings or characters in Python either by using single or double or triple quotes. Okay, so if you declare like this, and if you print, right, if you print the entire thing, or if you print the value at index number A, okay, so you are going to get the same output, right? Or if you want to print the value at index number C, you can print it by using A of C. So in such conditions, okay, if we declare like this, then so here the memory location will have the indices of A, B, and C. Okay, here the index values are not the integers. Here the index values are maybe characters. Okay, similar to this one, we can have, okay, we can have the index values as strings also. Okay, we can have the index values as strings also. So when you run the code, you will get the same, because here the index value is CBA for 30 and BCA for 20 and ABC for 30. So here, as the keys, we can have the values, as the keys, we can have the keys as any data type. So we can have the key as integer, we can have the key as character, we can have the key as a floating point number, or we can have the key as a string. And similarly, similar to this one, on the RHS also, we can have anything as values. On the RHS also, we can have anything as values. For example, one CSC, right, and BCA is the key, AIML is the value. Okay, and here let us consider ECE is the key and DS is the value. Okay, now see here, as we discussed earlier, key and value will be separated by colon. So the which is in the LHS side of the colon is a key, and on the RHS side it is a value. And each and every key value pair will be separated by a comma. Okay, now here one BCA and ECE are the keys, whereas CSC, AIML, and DS are the values. Okay, so if you do like this, you are going to get an error because there is no key with CBA. Okay, so there are only 3 keys, one BCA and ECE. So if you want to access any of these 3 things, you can give the name of the key. So it will print the respected value under the key. Okay, so we have asked to print A of BCA. So inside A, the Python compiler is going to check where the BCA key is. So if it finds the BCA key, it will print the value at that BCA key. Okay, so this is how we generally access the values in the dictionary. So these are all the basic things, and these basic things are already covered while discussing about data types in Python. Okay, right. Now let us have a look at some of the things or some of the functions which can be used along with this dictionary. Okay, see here. And one more thing is that we can have a single key for a list of items. For example, here you can see here. So instead of writing DS like this, for example, if I maintain something here, like if I maintain something called as list here, and if this list contains multiple number of elements, and if this list contains multiple number of elements, for example, DS, comma, C, IB, comma, MEC, right? So now ECE will act as a key for this entire list. Okay, now ECE is the key for this entire list. So if you print ECE, it is going to print all the 3 values inside the list. Okay, so this is how we can have a single key for a list of elements. Okay, and now let us see some of the important functions which can be used along with the dictionary. So among all those, let us see the first one. Okay, first one, clear. Okay, clear in the sense. For example, I have called a dot clear. Okay, I have called a dot clear, and I print the dictionary A. So if I run the code, I'm going to get an empty list. Okay, so what this clear function will do is that this clear function is going to remove all the elements from the dictionary. Okay, this clear function will remove all the elements from the dictionary. And then let us have a look at. So let us remove this one because let us have some more functions on this dictionary. For example, I have a one more variable b, and b I have used the function a dot copy, and a dot copy, and I want to print b. And if I run the code, I'm going to get the entire dictionary A. Okay, see here, A is having total 3 index, that is 3 keys, 1 BCA and ECE, and it is having 3 values, CSE, AIML, and the third one is a list of some values. Okay, it will be treated as a value. The entire thing will be treated as a value. In fact, that value may contain a list of values. Okay, so and then here I have used a dot copy. Okay, a dot copy. So a dot copy means I am going to copy the dictionary A. Okay, I am going to copy the dictionary A. So and after copying the dictionary A, I am trying to keep the copy of that in B. So if I print B, I'm going to get the mirror of this A because we have used the copy function. So this copy function is going to copy all the contents of the given dictionary. Okay. Now let us look at the one more function called as from keys. Okay, from keys. So let us see here. I have a variable C. Okay, C equal to a dot from keys. Okay, a dot from keys. And if I run the code, C equal to from keys of A. Okay, just a second. I will let you know this one from keys. Yeah, okay. And name from keys is not defined. Okay, actually, this from keys is defined in a class called as dictionary. So instead of writing simply from keys, we have to use dictionary dot from keys. Now the compiler, Python compiler will look this from keys function. Okay, we'll look for this from keys function in the dictionary class. Okay, so now, and if I print C, okay, if I print C here, so see here, I'm getting from keys of A, okay, from keys of A, and I'm storing these keys in C, and I'm going to print C. Now, if I run this code, okay, if I run this code, you can see here, I'm going to get the keys of A. I'm only going to get the keys of A, and for each and every value, each and every key will have the value of none by default. Although key number 1 is having CSC, and key BCA is having AIML, and ECE is having a list of elements, but when I use this from keys, it is only going to read the keys from the given dictionary. It will not read the values. It is only going to read. That's why the function name is from keys. So in place of values, okay, in place of values, it is going to have none. Okay, so when I say C equal to dictionary dot from keys, okay, C equal to dictionary dot from keys, in this memory location, there will be 3 things: key number 1, key BCA, and key ECE, and there will be nothing in this dictionary because we have used the from keys function. Okay, And now we are going to look at one more function called as get. Okay, get. So this get function returns a value of a specific key. For example, print. Okay, print a dot get. Okay, a dot get of 1. Print a dot get of 1. So you can see here, simply we can print the values by using the name of the dictionary and index values, although this is one more function called as get, which is going to print the value at a specified key. And at the same time, if I print the value at index number 1 inside the dictionary C, you can see here we have created a dictionary C. So totally there are 3 dictionaries, A, B, C. A is the original dictionary and B is the copy of that A, and C is the dictionary which is having the keys from dictionary A. Okay, so when I say C dot get of 1, okay, it is going to print none on the output screen because nothing has been there inside the dictionary C. And for C, we have only taken the keys of dictionary A, right? And the next one is that items. Okay, items. So what this items function will do is that it returns a list containing a tuple for each key and value page. Okay, let us look at this one. For example, D equal to A dot items. Okay, D equal to A dot items, and then I want to print this D on the output screen. So if I do this one, it is going to print the key and value inside the braces, where the key and value will be separated by a comma. Okay, so see here, 1 is the key, CSE is the value. So here those key and value are represented as a pair, and then BCA is the key and AIML is the value. So those things has been represented as a key value pair. And along with that, we have ECE, and where the ECE is having a list of items called as DS, civil and mechanical. So these two things are kept as a pair. Okay, so when we say items, all the key value pairs, all the keys and values will be represented as a pairs on the output. Okay, and then we have one more thing called as something called as keys. For example, E equal to A dot keys. E equal to A dot keys, and if we print this E, and if we run the code, just a second, I think the net is a bit slow. Yeah, okay. So see here, when we say items, all the things has been on the list in the dictionary has been written, all the keys and all the values. And when we say keys, if you observe, we are getting the keys of A. So A is having only 3 keys, 1, BCA and ECE. So only those 3 things have been written and have been printed on the output screen. Okay, so when we say items, all the keys and all the values will be represented on the output screen. And when we say keys, only keys in a dictionary will be written on the output screen. Okay, now let us have a look at one more function called as pop, P-O-P. So what this pop function will do is that it is used to remove, an element with a specified key. So for example, there are 3 keys and 3 values inside A, the dictionary A. That is 1, BCA and ECE of the keys, CSE, AIML, and a list of the values. Now, if I want to remove one value, I can simply use pop. Okay, simply use pop. For example, I want to remove the values under ECE. So pop of ECE. So where I want to delete these values, I want to delete this value in the dictionary A. So I have mentioned A dot pop of ECE, and after that one, if I print the dictionary A, I print the dictionary A and if I run the code, okay, if I run the code, you can see here, it has printed only two values. At index number 1, we have CSC, and at index number BCA, we have AAML. So the third key has been popped. That is, the third key has been removed because we have called the function called as pop. So this pop function is going to remove the given value at the specified index. So we have specified an index here. So the value at this particular index will get removed. Okay. Now, let us see about one more function, pop item. So see here, for example, I call a dot pop item. Okay, a dot pop item, and I have just printed the dictionary A. Now, what this pop item will do? So this pop item, okay, this pop item, if you observe here, after using this pop item, if we print the dictionary A, we are only getting the first key and the first value. We are not getting the second one. So what this pop item will do is, it is going to delete only one element. Remember, it is going to delete only one element, and that element is the last element inside the dictionary. So for example, initially we have one BCA and EC, total 3 keys and 3 elements. If we call the pop item function here, this will be removed automatically. Okay, so pop item is going to remove only the last element which was there in the dictionary, and it is in the latest version of Python. But previously, when the people who are using the Python version before 3.7, this pop item will remove any one element randomly. For example, if a dictionary is having 10 elements, pop item may remove the first element, or the pop item may remove the third element, or the pop item may remove seventh element, or the pop item may remove the last element. It is up to the pop item. Pop item will remove any one element randomly. But in case of the versions after 3.7, pop item will remove only the last element inside the dictionary. So remember this one. Okay, so the next function, so after this pop item, we are going to have a look at the function called as update. Okay, update function. So what this update function will do is that it is going to update the specified key value page. Okay, it is going to update the key value page. So let us have a look at how this update function will work. So see here, so instead of so A is already truncated, or A is having only one element. So let us do the operations on the dictionary B. For example, B is a copy of A. So B also contains all these items. So none of the items has been modified. Okay, now let us try this update function by using B. For example, I have used B dot update. So I am updating the dictionary B. So in which way I am updating is that I am trying to update the value. For example, I am trying to add one more key, 2, and at 2, I want to have the value of CHEC. And after this one, if I print B, so if I print B, see here, initially B is having 3 keys and values. The 3 keys are 1, BCA and ECE. So here we are updating it with the 2 colon CHEC. So now the Python compiler will check whether there is a key with 2 or not. So if it checks the dictionary, there is no key with 2. So if there is no key with 2, this item will be added at the end of the dictionary. If you print this one, you can see here, one is having CSC, BCA is having AIML, and ECE having a list of items. And at last, it has been added the value CHEC for the index value 2. Okay, for example, the same thing here, if I have the value 1, so now the Python compiler will check whether there is a key with 1 or not. If it checks there is a key with 1, now it is not going to add the item at the end. Now it is going to change the value at this particular item. So this one is having CSC. Now the CSC will be replaced by CHEC. You run the code. You can see here at 1, we are having CHEC and the remaining all the things are same. So previously, if the key is not there, it will be added as a last element. If the key is there, the value at that particular key will get updated. So this is what about the update function. And we have one more thing called as values function. For example, f equal to b dot values, f equal to b dot values. Okay, now if I print f, f, see here, we are only getting the values. We are not getting the keys. Okay, so remember these three functions: items, keys, and values. So if you want to get the entire items in the given list, all the keys and all the values, go for this items function. If you want only the keys of a dictionary, go for the keys function. If you want only the values of a dictionary, go for the values function. It is up to you. If you want to get the keys, you can use the keys function. If you want to get the values, you can go for the values function. Or if you want to get the entire items, you can go for the items function. Okay, so remember all these three things. And with this, I am going to close today's session. I hope you all understand today's session. In today's session, we have started discussing about the operations in the dictionary of Python. So, and dictionary, we can clear the dictionary. So clear function is going to delete all the items of the dictionary, and then copy function, it is going to copy the items of dictionary into another dictionary. And then we have the function called as from keys. So this from keys function is going to take the keys from the given function, and at the values it is going to add none. Okay, only keys will be considered from the function. In place of values, it is going to have none. And at the same time, we have discussed about items function. So if you want to get the items, okay, if you want to get the items means all the keys and all the values of a dictionary, you can go for the items function. And in case if you want the keys of a dictionary, you can go for the keys function. And then if you want to delete an item at particular index, you can choose pop function. So pop of given index. So that given index value will be deleted from the dictionary. And at the same time, if you want to delete the last element inside the dictionary, you can go for pop item. So for the pop item, there is no need to mention the index value. So because it is going to delete the last element when you are using the version of the 3.7. And the people who are using the version before 3.7, this pop item is going to delete any one item randomly. We don't know whether which item will be deleted by using this pop item function in the versions before 3.7. And then update. So this update function is going to delete. Update function is going to update the value at a particular key, or if the key is not present, it is going to delete the, it is going to change the value at that particular key. Okay, so, and last function is that values. So if you want to have the values, you can go for this values function. So I think we have ended the part number 1 of unit 3. And from tomorrow's session, we are going to look at what is a function and how we can declare a function in Python, and what is a parameterized function, and what is a recursion, and all the things related to functions. Okay, and I really thank each and every listener for being here, and I'm going to close today's session, and tomorrow we can have a look at the functions in Python. Thank you very much, and thanks to one and all.